remember, we have a site visit at 11. We are all expected to attend. We are using this link. At 11, we are using this link, and you must all have your videos on. At 11 o'clock, there is a site visit, and I'm sure you will send the invitation. But nevertheless, we are using this class link, so there's no need to log in and out again.
Linda, your mic is on.
Oh, my apologies. Oh, my apologies. Blessing, may meet your mic. Blessing. Okay, you can take your break now so that you come back by 11:15 and we prepare for the meeting at 11. Please, there's no need to be reminded when you're in the meeting. You just have to switch on your video. You just have to switch on your what? Your video, please. There'll be management, so there's no need to be reminded. After break, everyone must switch on their videos. Okay, you can take your break now and be back at quarter to 11.
Usisi wakho. Eyi, uthi yena khala kusuka.
Le Muslim. Oh. And you're right. Eh. Nimbotsvaga kuti majusi akachipa ndeapi. Majusi ekuisa mapati noti ayakuita 24 188 ari 24. Mumakro. Handiri kumba ine, handiri ndingoita online kungoona mapuraisi. Ndiita online. Kuona mapuraisi. Asi mukoma anogona kuendawo kuchikoro kwavo. Kuti kuneseke here. Anenge asara muna mundiani. Handisi pamwe memo kuti zvako zvinenge zvisina kurongeka here kuti unenge wakuenda newese munhu wese. Kunzonzi promotion. Apa asitombotaura kuti anenge ari mumangani. Ukanogona mawana muwi ndogona mawana. Muquality yoselasi ari peki. Uku kwedu kune uyizve bargain basket. Iri kupi? Bargain basket chaiye kui ndaida zvimapati peki zvimapepa. Series vataura kuti 188 wakabudisa pitch. Which means unenge uchitoda about 500 rands. Pane cappy juice. Cappy juice tuma Yho, ndanditoseka hangu kuti wari selfish mukoma. Anenge achitonakidza achitosiya vamwe. Maitani akatoti akati hai ndichitobvunzawo zvikanzi everything was slow to them. Ikunzi 37 zviri 6 zvakatochipa kaya tudiki makepi juice diki diki tu. Ndikati wariselfish anenge achitonakidzwa nekuenda achisiyana siswani. Nditoseka ikati tate mukoma watori selfish achisvitsva namai Trisha anomirire hai. Ndikati noziva kuti makepi juice tudiki diki tuya kepi juice kepi juice tweorange CAPPY. Tushe ndikuterekoti ndikati tukunzi tiri 6 37 rand. $50 ndena kufona yachingodifonera nhai mwana ikati wendinodzidzisawo kuuyu wendaidzidzisa kosi iyi kuti pane maquestions aada kubvunza ndichazomufonera. Ndichazomufonera mikandibva ndangopedzerana newe ndibvunze wotoitawo basa rako kuti aya ndezvipi zviri nani. Makepi uti kunzi nendaspenda 370. Nemasirisa nendaspenda 370 ukatenga 6 then aya manje i188 ari 24. Aya i188 ari 4. Ndinokuda zvakanaka saka ndototi apa unenge wasenda 370 apa uchaspenda nearly 600. Aya kuti
Ma'am Linda. Ma'am Linda.
Yes, yes. Is it Lindo?
Ma'am Linda, network. I have network problems. I'm facing network problems.
Oh, no, Tando. Okay, it's fine. It's okay, but just make sure that if your network is stable, you have to join the meeting at 11 since it's compulsory.
Okay, ma'am, I will make sure.
Okay, it's fine.
This network doesn't like me today, Shem. It
Oh,
doesn't like.
yes, it's very shredding.
Yes.
Oh, I think it's because of the load shedding.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I have been here,
Oh.
but I come in and out.
Yes, I saw you were here. You were even one of the first to log in.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry, Notan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone, please put your video on while we await the meeting to start.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, Miss Linda. How are you?
We are okay, ma'am. I hope you are okay too.
I'm very well, thank you, ma'am. I'm just waiting for the rest of the team to log in, and then we can commence with the site visit.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes.
Let's just give them
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was saying we can just give them about 5 minutes just to join the meeting, and then we will commence.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Linda.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, class. May please put your video on. Everyone, may please put your videos on, please. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's Sipiwa here. I'm just logged in as Extensive ICT Academy. I couldn't change my name. Just so you're not confused, this is me. It's not Bonella. How's everyone doing? Hi, Ma'am Linda. Hi, Mavis.
Yes, hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi.
I'm okay, thanks. How are you? I'm good, thanks. How are you, Mavis?
I'm very well, thank you, ma'am. Okay, all right. I can see most of the executive team has joined. So we are going to commence with the site visit. Good morning, everyone. Can I just get a confirmation that everyone is around? The learners, can you just confirm if you are around? Just confirm with your name when you greet. Thank you.
Good morning, this is Johannes Tutitsi. How are you?
Morning, Johannes. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good morning,
Okay.
this is Melissa Ramalube.
Morning, Alisa. How are you?
I'm good, thanks and yourself.
Thank you very much, Alisa. I'm well.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you. It's Christopher Machau.
Good morning, Christopher. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ma'am Simpi. We've not undergoing Mzalos.
Good morning, Latando. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, ma'am. It's my good name.
Good morning, Dineo. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, Spirit.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Pule Mahalimela.
Morning, Pule. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. That's Lindoguhle Rabona here.
Good morning, Linda Gushle. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
I'm good, thank you.
Morning, ma'am. Godwin here.
Good morning, Godwin. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, ma'am. Nomsa Khatebe here.
Good morning, Nomsa. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, ma'am. Magana Makanya.
Good morning, Morena. Thank you very much for joining us.
Morning, ma'am. It's Promise here.
Good morning, Promise. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Khomozo. Thank you for joining us. All right. I'm just trying to check who has their mic on. All right. All right. The person has been muted. Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to start with the program, and I'm going to start with introducing the extensive team, and then we'll proceed to the next parts of the site visit. Okay. First of all, I would like to acknowledge and greet our senior manager, Ms. Antoinette Engelbrecht. She has joined us for the internal site visit today. She will be participating in the program later on in the day. But for now, I would just like us to give her a warm welcome. I would also like to welcome Ms. Piwem Tombeni, who is the extensive project administrator. Thank you, Piwe, for the wonderful work that you do for all our projects. We know that there's a lot that goes into it, so thank you very much for that. And then I would also like to greet Ms. Linda Muchai, who is the lead facilitator for the advertising projects for Extensive ICT Academy. Thank you very much, ma'am. Your work is acknowledged, and we can see the results of your work through the portal, but we'll also be going through that through our program. When we go through our program, we're going to go through the portal to see any progress that has been made since the commencement of the project, right? Okay, I think I've introduced everyone. I'm not sure if Mr. Ndlela is here, but if he is not here, I would like to also greet him in absentia. All right, let's get this program started, guys. I would just like to hand over the floor to Ms. Linda, just to tell us about the experience of facilitating this particular group of advertising for Raging River as well as Zwane inspections. Ma'am, please tell us how the facilitation is going as well as the assessments are going. Thank you.
Linda, I think you're muted.
Oh, my apologies. Yes. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well, and thank you for joining the meeting. Okay, I can admit for the past 6 months, in terms of attendance, the attendance was superb. The attendance of learners was above outstanding, because most of the time we had only a few absent, and those who were absent gave a reason why they were absent. We faced the challenges here and there, but we were able to solve them. But I was very pleased with the attendance. Oh, when it comes to the assessments, yes, the submissions were going on slow, but learners are submitting their assessments. And also, when it comes to the assessments, I want to give an apology. I can admit I'm fully facing challenges in terms of assessing due to the assessments that they are very long and all for each learner, and I have to go through page by page. On that, I can admit on that. And as for my assessments, I was just like rounding off to the third assessment for formative, and I have to mark up to summative number 8, formative and summative 8. But I had arranged with the learners that I got their email addresses and I also got their phone numbers, that if they have any reassessments, I will not upload their assessments. I'll just communicate to the affected learners. Then they will do the part I would want them to correct. Then they send me back and upload. And I'd also promised them by month end of this, which is maybe by Wednesday, I would have uploaded formative and summative, the first, the second, and the third. On that part, I can admit on assessing, I was facing challenges as well. But all in all, our project went on well. And learners, they are keen to submit their work as seen by the portal that when I check. But tomorrow's report will give an indication of what they actually submitted for each learner. When I make tomorrow's report, I think you judge by that. That will show a very true indicator of what the learners just submitted. Yes, thank you so much for the time. I don't know if I missed out any part.
Okay. I'm happy that you are glad with the kind of attendance that you got. And then in terms of behavior and discipline in the classes, are you satisfied?
No, the learners were actually disciplined and the behavior was outstanding. Yes, on that I cannot complain. I never faced any challenge in terms of one behavior. All learners were willing to participate and were well behaved and the discipline was well. On that I have no complaint.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. I don't know if my colleagues, do you have any questions for Miss Linda, Miss A, and Spiwe? Do you have any questions for Miss Linda? Yes, ma'am. Miss A, I see your hand is raised.
Good morning, colleagues, and thank you, Mavis, for leading this site visit. Welcome everyone to the session. I think my first question that I want to ask is, have all the unit standards been covered now?
Yes, ma'am. All the unit standards in terms of content have been covered. And for the past 2 weeks, the learners were rounding off the assessments. But tomorrow's indication will show what learners have submitted and have not submitted. But in terms of content, we have covered everything, and the learners were busy with their assessments to conclude the project.
Okay, thank you so much for that feedback. We do expect that all content and all summatives and all feedback are present in the portal. There has also been a concern raised that logbooks are not up to standard, that logbooks are being done incorrectly. I think we can ask our administrator to address that and explain what are the challenges. There's also a big concern that logbooks are incorrect, are not being signed, and might result in the project being discounted. I'll hand over back to the chairperson to redirect that question to the administrator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss A. Spiwe, can you please assist us with the concerns that you are having with regards to the logbooks, and how would you actually like the learners to fill out the logbooks so that they can reach the standards that are acceptable for the MICT, as well as the various CETAs that we are currently dealing with? Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Again, good morning, Ms. A. Yes, the challenges that I'm facing with logbooks, it's can you please give me a moment? Sorry about that. The issues that I have with logbooks, okay, I have to be honest, most of you, they do it correctly. Like, I'm very happy with how you're doing them. It's just a few learners that I have a few concerns with. The dates of the logbooks. Like, as you can see, you are one group, big group, and sometimes when I open the log to see the month, like it has to specify the month. I think I've seen it times. So the month has to be clear. Like if you're doing a logbook for September, it has to state that it's a September logbook even before I open it. And then some of the issues are like changing the format of the logbook. Maybe everyone knows that the logbooks are in a Word, Microsoft Word format, and then some will change it into a PDF, and then sometimes it becomes a problem too, because now I need to change the rhythm of how I'm signing the logbooks. Now I need to go and change them, or maybe I have to convert it. So yeah, those are just some of the issues. And the dates on when you submit your logbooks. Some of you some of you don't submit your logbooks on time, and it's really it's causing a lot of work from my side, because, like, for instance, some of you have not submitted your September logbooks, and then maybe you submitted 2 months. So I need to go back again to the portal and go back and check which logbooks did you submit, which ones did you not submit, and it's taking a lot of time. But if you submit them on time, then I'll be able to know, okay, this is the logbook that I need to sign for this month, you know. And some of you, they have NYCs, you don't go back to fix them. So yeah, those are just some of the issues that I have. But most of you do them correctly, and how you do your dates, I'm very happy with them. I believe that I'll be given a slot to show you how to do the workplace logbook. It's a bit similar, but there's just a few changes. But yeah, those are just the issues. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Miss A, your hand is acknowledged. I just want to ask Spiwe, can you maybe enlighten us on the consequences of the logbooks not being filled out correctly? Yes, please.
Sorry, Mavis, can you please repeat your question?
Yes, I wanted you to enlighten us of the importance of filling out the logbook correctly and accurately. Why is it so important for the learners to logbook accurately as possible?
Okay, I think sometimes maybe they forget as time goes by, because I keep stressing when in the beginning of the project the importance of doing a logbook. Like, for instance, when you do your logbook, you need to understand that I'm not the only one who's viewing it. Sometimes it's not the CETA as well. So someone who has not programmed the whole time, when they open the logbook, it needs to make sense to them, which is why I've even edited it and made it into 4 different months. So in the beginning of the month, then you have to fill in what you did on that week. So identify exactly what you did. So that's part of the reason why I keep stressing on doing it correctly, and that's why I also send you screenshots, fix this is not allowed, and all of that. That's why I'm very strict on the logbooks. They don't end only with extensive or with Miss Linda or with management. They go to data as well. So if there's problems with your logbooks, like Miss A said, it's going to cause delays, because it means then you're not, like, they're not seeing what you're doing in class. So that's why, like, you have to specify exactly what you're doing in class. The unit standards, very important, because remember, your qualification goes with unit standards. So you have to cover all the unit standards that you need to do. I don't know if I've answered that question.
Okay. Thank you for your response, Ms. Piwe. Ms. A, your hand was up. Can you please address us? I believe you have a question as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Superior, I think you very clearly need to give the names of the learners whose logbooks are not in order. They need to be shared in the session and being recorded. To say some of you is not an acceptable response. It's a site visit. So which are the learners whose logbooks are not acceptable? And then Mavis can tell us where in the program will you be showing the workplace logbooks, but you are supposed to be specific.
Okay, I do have, I actually created a spreadsheet where it shows the submissions of logbooks, the ones that I'm not happy with. So I thought I was going to do that when my time comes, but it's fine. I can show it to you now. I just need to share. I just need to share my screen, but I do have a spreadsheet where I have all my concerns. But it looks good because most of them they're doing it the right way.
All right, we'll just give you a moment to share your screen with us so that
I
we
believe
can
I'm sharing my screen
identify.
now. Okay, is it showing now?
No, not yet.
Mavis, alternatively, to save time, let me start with looking at the portal while Superior is getting herself ready, if that's in order.
Thank you, ma'am. You may proceed. No problem. Thank you very
so
much.
Okay, colleagues, welcome to the back end of the portal. I'm going to be looking at two fronts. I'm first going to go here, and I'm going to go into my website. I'm going to come into the course. Okay, I'm going to start with Zwane. Okay, and the site visit is not necessarily just a site visit for the learners. It is a site visit for all facets of the project. Because the site visit date was known, we are also expecting to see all elements present. So I will start with attendance. Okay, so we've got attendance registers running July. I'm going to note a flag here and a complaint. Where are August, September, and October registers? Let's make a screenshot. Okay, so this is the first project feedback that I have. We'll ask HR to check with IT. Is IT present? This feedback must be sent to the IT department, and I need to know when I can come back and check that the registers are present for the remaining months. Okay, can I have an acknowledgement, Mavis, that we are noting the first query? Superior, can you kindly note the first query? Always remember, if you are calling a site visit, you need to make sure that everything is in order. So for me, this is a big red flag. August, September, and October registers are not there. They need to be there. Can we hear from IT? When will they be there? Secondly,
I don't think Mr. Ndlela is in the meeting, ma'am, but I will ensure that he gets the feedback, ma'am.
Okay, and then where are the recordings? Colleagues, do you download your recordings? Okay, I'm seeing recordings. There are recordings. Let's look what the latest recording is. The recordings are also behind. I'm seeing recordings only running till the 20th of September. Please let me know when this is corrected so that I can come back in and check. Moving on. I'm going to start with the Zwane group. And I'll just ask the assessor, Linda, to please confirm for me the number of assessments that each learner is supposed to do. How many formatives and summatives? You were speaking of 8. Can I get a verbal confirmation that the number we are seeking is 8 formative and 8 summative?
Yes, ma'am. It's 8 formative and 8 summative for each learner.
Okay. Dlamini Dikaledi, you are severely NYC. Dlamini Dikaledi, are you in the group? Not okay. Let's go to Marco Deneo Joyce. All right. So Dikaledi Dlamini, is she still on the project?
Yes, I'm still on the project.
So where are your assessments?
I'm still yet to submit some of the remaining ones. I'm almost done with 4.
But listen now, okay? This is not okay. If it goes up to assessment 8 and I'm seeing summative 2, summative 3, summative 4, you are missing 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is unacceptable. That means you are 50% of the work is not done. My other worry here is, in particular, as Zwane learners, you've had more time. You've had far more time than other learners have had in terms of classroom contact time. So this is an NYC portfolio. Let's go to Marco Deneo Joyce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So can I check with Deneo Joyce? What's the situation? Where's 6, 7, and 8?
Okay, ma'am. So far we were doing 6 to 8. We're supposed to submit them by tomorrow.
Okay. 6, 7, and 8 is only due by tomorrow. Colleagues, according to the... Okay, thank you. Colleagues, according to the calendar, your work must be in. According to the calendar, the work is supposed to be finished. There will be no classes from the 1st of November. The portal is very empty. I'm very concerned seeing only up to assessment 5 and you're telling me 6, 7, and 8 has not been done and it's not due yet. I think there's a problem with your calendar then. I'm very glad we're doing the site visit because I'm getting very concerned. Matipa Godwin, let's have a look. Again, also, Linda, I'm going to ask you to perhaps come in and defend your learners. Why is the assessment number not at 8? If there are 8 modules, why is there not 8 in the portal? I'm not sure why they do that. Yeah, I'm seeing only up to summative 4. That's concerning.
Yes, ma'am, to be fair, I think they were supposed to submit at least by 7, the assessment 7 by then, because we had agreed that assessment 8 would be handed in. May you correct me, learners? Did I say the 6th of November? The 8 1.
But why are you running into November dates when you know there's only a certain amount of time allowed for the project? Why are we submitting once the learners are at the workplace?
The one of 8, ma'am, I was saying since I was too busy with assessment, I had no need to rush them to submit number 8. Since I was too busy assessing, but I think they're supposed to submit 8 by this end of this week. But to be fair, 1 and 7 for everyone must be submitted. So my apologies for making that mistake, for giving them up to the end of the week for formative and summative 8. But for 1 to 7, I think they should have all submitted.
Okay. Thank you, Linda, for that clarity. Colleagues, I'm not comfortable with an extension up to Friday. But since it has been given, we will stand by that. However, this number 1 through to 7 should be here. Okay, remember, you must do all the work. You must be competent in everything. So I'm seeing assessment 1, 2, and 3. So Natanda Lalose, I'm not sure if you're still on the project. If you've only got up to assessment 1. Ranga Felicity, I'm going to give a pass to because I know is on maternity leave. But I should be seeing up to summative 7 in here. Colleagues, this is very, very concerning. Very, very concerning. So nobody here is competent. Not a single person in this group is competent. If your assessments are not reaching at least 6 or 7, nobody is bothered. You've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for me, how I look at this is that this is not, I want to see if there's any assessments that are not linked to the learners. I'm going to note these over here, which are probably not linked right now. So these might be missing assessments, and that, but I think this is from the previous group. I'm going to make a screenshot of that. Colleagues, I'm going to urge you now, okay, and I'm going to say very, very seriously, time is very important. When the project time has come to an end, you are supposed to be finished. What you have been doing in all of this time, in all of these months that you have not submitted up to assessment 7 is, I have not seen this before on a site visit, so I'm very concerned. I want to see if anybody in the session sees their name over here. I think this is the previous group because here is 1 assessment. Gwenya Bongani, there's 3 assessments. This is why you could have been told to resubmit, is that they were lying undefined. They're lying undefined. There's 40 assessments here. You can raise your hand if you see your name here. Bastian, Victor, CB, I believe these are previous learners. I'm going to close off this group and I'm going to go to the Raging River funded group now.
Mrs. A, I don't think the screen is sharing at the moment. Can everyone see Miss A's screen?
Oh, thank you,
No.
Mavis.
No.
Okay. All right. Colleagues, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
You are supposed to have, according to me, according to the calendar of this project, you are supposed to have 8 formatives and 8 summatives. That's what you're supposed to have. Linda is indicating that you should have at least up to number 7 in here. So when I look at this, immediately I can see you are all not competent. Dlamini Dikaledi, not okay. Marco Deneo Joyce, not okay. Not okay at all. You've got logbooks, you've got a formative and summative 1, summative 2, 3, 4, 5. So Marco Deneo Joyce, you are still missing 6, 7, and 8, and yours is one of the better POEs. I'll go to Matipa Godwin. Okay, he has 20 files in, so I'm hoping at least up to summative 6, but you are not where you are supposed to be. No, this is not okay because you got formative and summative 1, formative and summative 2, formative and summative 3 and 4. Where is 5 and 6 and 7 and 8? So 50% of your work is not there. Natando?
I did submit up to 5.
Up to 5. Okay, so now I'm telling you, you need to go in and resubmit today. It's not here. This is why we do the site visit. If anybody here, Godwin, if anybody here sees my work is not there, because what you see here, why we do the site visit, what you see here is what the assessor sees. If it's not here, we consider it as not done. And if anybody says, I have already loaded 5, you need to reload. You need to make sure you logged in under your correct profile and upload what we're not seeing here. It doesn't help to say, I submitted, find it. It's never going to work. Okay, I'm telling you now, I only see up to number 4. So if you've done 5, load it in today. Also load in 6 and 7. It's too little. The work is too little. Lozi non-Tando, are you still on the project? Is this person here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where's your work?
I did upload my work.
I'm telling you it's not here. Please look at what I can see here. I've got assessment 3, assessment 2. Okay. And I've got formative 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7 is missing. You need to reload it. I did submit, yes. You did submit, it's not here. College, you must understand, if I tell you on the site visit here, because sometimes you try and log into the portal from another device, or you log in differently and you're not in the correct interface, then your assessment is going to hang in undefined. That is why we have a site visit, to give you one opportunity, because if you truly have already done all of your assessments, which should be 1 through 8, I'm sitting here, it's a horror show for me to see that the work is not done. This project has had more than enough classroom time. The work is not here. So for you to say, I've submitted, then it's no problem. Then the work is on your computer. You go now, you load in everything that you've got. I want to see assessment 4, assessment 5, assessment 6, assessment 7, plus 8. You have been given an extension till Friday. Mhlanga Felicity, as I've said, I will let that go because of maternity leave. Mercy Tembiza, assessment 5, assessment 6, assessment 7, you are missing. Nexi Tembisa, can you unmute and acknowledge or comment? Can I ask Mavis, who's facilitating the session, to just check if Nexi Tembisa is in the session? And let's get Shabalala and Kosana next. I want to know, are you still on the project? Are you here? Okay. Nexi not here. Is this a dropout? Can I change this to a dropout? And Shabalala and Kosana, is that a dropout?
I don't see them in the meeting, Miss A. Let me just check the because
yeah, because I'm asking, is this a dropout? And also, why is all the work formative summative 1, formative summative 2, formative summative 3, summative 4? Where is formative 4? 5, 6, 7, and 8 missing. Nexi Tembisa, you are very behind. Shabalala and Kosana looks to me to be a dropout. Is this so? Okay. Linda, you are the facilitator. Is Shabalala and Kosana a dropout? Looks like it.
It looks like a dropout. Ma'am Simpiwe, can we have your input? Because I never saw the letter, but Ma'am Simpiwe would help us.
Hi, ma'am. No, he's not a dropout.
Stop the stipend, please. I personally think all the stipend should be frozen because this is horrific. It's taking the company for a ride. It's taking the CETA for a ride. This learner cannot be paid a stipend. This learner, I want to know, where is this learner? What is the reason for non-submission, and are we terminating this learner? You know, also what really... Go ahead, Linda.
Sorry, ma'am. In my reports, I'm surprised I never had this name on all my submission, my end of month reports.
Superior, what is going on? Is this learner being paid a stipend? Learner can
say he's in the Zwane group. So
yes, I can see he's in the Zwane group. Okay, you need to notify Zwane that this learner stipend must be stopped.
Okay.
Okay, I think that is acknowledged, Miss A. We'll communicate with Zwane. I was trying to look for him also in my accumulation, but I couldn't find him. So he's definitely in the Zwane group. Thank you, ma'am. We'll communicate that to Zwane inspections.
Did he not pay his or her stipend anymore? Should not be paid. This learner is not participating. Okay. All other learners in the Zwane group I want to tell you very, very seriously that you need to fix your submissions in the portal. We want to see up to summative 8. I cannot accept the compliments that your facilitator was praising to say you're all attending, you're hardworking, but your work is not in the portal. Your work is not in the portal. So basically you're all NYC here. Okay, even if you had, there's nobody that's even gone to assessment 7. So this is a big problem. This, I'm not sure whether this Zwane group, we are going to give you more time and not send you to the workplace. This may need an intervention because it's really, really concerning. I'm also just wanting to look, colleagues, and if you believe that you've submitted, but it did not show in your profile where it was, that means you need to resubmit and make sure it's hanging in your profile. If for some other reason this isn't DC's work, he's currently finishing up at the workplace. His work is unloaded here, so he needed to reload and link it so that it shows in the correct place. I'm going to go now to the other raging group. Can I get a confirmation of the number of learners that we have? Guys, it can't be this few. How many learners do we have in Raging River group 2? Can I just get confirmation of that?
And there's supposed to be 22, Miss A.
Okay, is Ladla Sibakli here?
Actually, 21. Removing Vuyo Janki out of the group. He dropped out.
Okay, is Ladla Sibakli? Yeah. This learner, Ladla Sibakli, is this a dropout? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Can I get Mavis to step in and help me with this pronunciation and check if this learner's here?
Let me just check for you, Miss A. I don't have her on the current accumulation. So people would need to.
Yeah, admin, comment. I think we need to have better communication, yeah.
Lala Sibashe was in the class in the morning when I was signing the register. She doesn't seem to be here now.
Okay, please make a note, Ladla Sibakli. I'm actually going to say hold stipends. I'm going to say hold stipends for everybody who's not submitted. Colleagues, I want to see up to assessment. Yeah, is somebody. Yeah, is somebody. We'll all acknowledge Dlamini Promise. Is Dlamini Promise in the group? Dlamini Promise?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are the best portfolio I've seen so far today.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Nice. Yes. Where is summative 6?
Oh, I've submitted it.
No, but it's not here, my dear. If I tell you it's not here, you need to resubmit.
Okay, I will resubmit.
You need resubmit 6. Dlamini Promise? This is the way your portfolio should look. Your logbook's a little bit behind, I think. Classroom activities are there, everything. So just number 6, Dlamini Promise. Okay, we'll move on here. Yankee, yeah, Dlamini. Guys, I want to hear everyone say well done to Dlamini. Miss Promise, you've done well. Load number 6. This is what everybody's work should look by. And do not hold this lady's stipend because she has submitted. Okay, let's go on. Yankee Vuyo, we're declaring a dropout. I know about that one. Okay, let's look at this one. This is very disappointing. Formative and summative 1, formative and summative 2, and formative and summative 3. Has Linda Kuchler in the group? Is there an illness that I don't know about? Is there a reason why this portfolio is so far behind?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm surprised because I've submitted up to 6. I'm only left with 7 and 8.
Okay, so what do you see here? What do
I
you
see
see?
one,
So
two,
load there.
three.
Load,
Yes.
you need to load everything that's not here. That's why we have the site visit, so that you can speak for yourself when you're here. Then we can acknowledge, I want you to load these things today. I'm going to go
Okay,
back in and check before stipends are released for this entire group. It's very surprising to come to the end of the project and see so much missing. So Linda Kukle, if your case is right and you've actually already done these assessments, it shouldn't be a problem. You can load. I will check the portal at about 5 p.m. tonight again.
Okay, it's
Okay.
okay, ma'am.
All right, so Linda Kukle will make a note. If you can drop in the chat, is stating her work is there. Okay, so I'm now going to go to Makanya Morena. Makanya Morena, are you here in the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We have a problem with your work. Where
Yes.
is number 4? Where is
Well,
number 5, 6, and 7?
well, ma'am, I admit I'm a little bit late for my submissions. Hence, I'm busy trying to resolve that, and my portal was closed, so now it's back on. But then it looks like it's new. Nothing has been submitted there, so I have to submit the rest.
You have to submit the rest. I
Yes,
will check this. I will check this afternoon again. Okay. You
yes, ma'am.
cannot be sitting with a laptop, getting a stipend, and the work is not in. The work is not in. So Mr. Morena and Ms. Linda Kukle, I'm going to check this afternoon. If you have done the work, it shouldn't be a problem to load it. If you've not done the work, you need to make a plan to do it, because we are going to remove you from the project. Okay, you know that the time has passed. The time has passed to say I'm a little behind. It's if the work is done, then you just load it. If the work is not done, we have an issue. Okay, Mr. Morena, you please look at that. I will check at 5 p.m. So I'm going to check Linda Kukle and Morena this afternoon, because you are saying your work is done. Then it should be a simple matter of loading it, and I will actually immediately see the time and date that you loaded it. Okay, so I'm going to move off these two colleagues. You've seen your submissions. What is here? The portal doesn't lie, and this is what we mark on. Okay, I'm going to go to Makubele Refilwe. Okay, so this learner is now officially the top performing learner in the group. Makubele Refilwe, are you here? Okay, I'm going to ask for the second time. Makubele Refilwe. So your first name is Refilwe. Let's say the great, the tallest, Refilwe, the tallest lady in Africa, the strongest, the highest performing. Makubele Refilwe, can you please unmute yourself and tell us how you are doing? I want to see you. Let me come back to my main screen. Which one is Makubele Refilwe? Please unmute so that we can spotlight you.
I think she's struggling with network, Miss A.
Okay.
But yes, she's in the meeting, but I think she's struggling with network.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Refilwe, this lady is the only late POE so far, and she's missing summative 8. You're still missing summative 8, but this is a POE that is full. Okay, and then what is my expectation is that when I click on them, they have all been assessed and they are declared as competent. When we go into formative, not yet assessed. So all of this needs to be changed. Feedback needs to be loaded in the portal. Okay, and this is, can we note, and we are also going to guide you, Linda, to identify the top 5 portfolios. So this is the first, and we want you, when you're marking, to target in and make sure your assessment is perfect on the best 5 of every group. So this is one that I want to see all of the assessments marked and the feedback loaded, because this is one of those that we will put into the sample for moderation. Linda, please note which are the POEs we want you to make sure you've signed off on, and feedback in the portal, not emailed backwards and forwards. That is not our policy. The feedback must be hanging here. This is a POE. I'm just trying to see if anything has been assessed yet on it.
No,
This is
no, ma'am. I have only assessed up to I'm rounding up the third summative, but I haven't uploaded the results.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting to issue certificates for the learners. So I think we need to take this very seriously. Also noting that classes are terminated. You're no longer teaching classes. This is supposed to be concluded. Okay. Classes will need to terminate. As we have said, the project is running until the end of November. Okay, this is one of the portfolios, Linda. If you are overloaded with work, you need to start with this portfolio. This is a full portfolio. Don't waste your time marking a portfolio that's got almost nothing in it, because that portfolio is going to be an NYC. So this one must be marked.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Makubela refuelware needs to be assessed. Makubela refuelware, and the one that I saw previously, which is also very, very close, is the Mabona Lindo Kuchle. Okay, is a good POE. It's the first two POEs that are almost there. Okay, I'm going to go down, yeah. And Morena, your POE is a problem. Mandlakazi Bukhle, are you still on the project? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's get to Mandlakazi Bukhle.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you do you see that your work is behind?
Yes, ma'am. I'm aware of that.
No, what are you doing about it? Why have you only got 4 logbooks? Have you been getting a stipend?
Sorry, ma'am.
Do you have a company laptop?
Actually, the company laptop is not working, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So
Yes,
you're
but
not doing your assessments. Are you getting a stipend?
But I have mine now. But the only challenge that I have is that I've been running in and out from the hospital. Even now, I'm at the hospital. I think I'll be discharged on Friday, but I'm not sure when will I be able to submit all the work.
Okay, so you're going to be NYC for now. We'll move on. So I wouldn't waste a lot of time there, Linda, in terms of targeting which POEs to mark first. You need to mark the fullest POEs. Bukhule, you'll have to engage with the HR department. You are way behind. You are way behind. This may influence your ability to complete the project. Okay. I'm going to go to Christopher Morale. 5, 6, 7, 8. Christopher Morale, still on the project?
Yes, ma'am.
You're on the project. So why is the last time you loaded any assessment into the portal the 28th of August?
Come again, ma'am, sorry.
The last time you submitted anything was the 28th of August.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I'm still busy with the assessments, ma'am.
So how long are you guys still going to be busy? Because it seems to me nobody's taking this seriously. This is NYC. Your work is overdue. If your work has been done, you can tell me now if your work has been done, and I'll come check at 5 p.m. But we cannot continue to pay stipends and finance you if you are not doing your part. If your work is done, you can load it by close of business today.
Okay,
Christopher, I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. Moving on. If Christopher, you let us know if you submit, but this is not okay. Masilo Blessing. Blessing Masilo, same story. When last did you load your assessment? 26th of July. 26th of July. Masilo Blessing, are you in the session? Can Mavis please check if Masilo Blessing is here?
Check for you, Miss A. Let me check for you.
Thank you.
Yes, he's here, Miss May. Miss A.
Okay. Blessing, please tell us what's going on. Is it that you are not seeing your work in the portal, or have you done it? Because now some people have said they've done their work, they will load it immediately. What is your situation?
Blessing, can you please give us feedback?
All right, colleagues, you're going to fall into one of three categories. One is you have a valid excuse, such as ill health, okay, which has caused you to be behind, and you've submitted a certificate, is one response. The other response is, I've done my work and I've loaded it, but I don't see it now. If that is your situation, you need to let us know that we can come back and look at your work, okay, that we can come back and look at your work and then release your stipend. So Masila Blessing, if you, the last option is to, when you're just saying, oh, I'm just a little behind. Because when you're just a little behind and you're very behind, it means you're not taking it seriously. So it's one of those three options. You've been sick, you've got a reason, or you've been away, okay? The second one is you actually have done it and you haven't loaded, it's somehow missing and you need to reload. Or it's the third case, which is a non-specific, you're behind, but you can't tell me why you're behind, you're just behind. So we'll ask Masila Blessing, which of those three is it, or is there another reason?
Ms. A, I think the temporary remedial solution to this is that the learners who are too far behind on their submissions, I'm actually looking at the group 2 accumulation. So we're just going to hold the stipends until we have sufficient submissions on the portal. That's just
Okay.
my recommendation.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll be listing down the names. We can go back in and just double check the names. I mean, so far I found two people. I found two people that were absolutely above standard. I think it was this Mabona Linda Kuchle. If I can just check again. You should not be held. Everybody else's stipend should be held. No, it's this. Makubele Refillware is one of the best.
Okay.
Makubele Refillware has gone all the way up to 8. And then there was one earlier. There's actually only 2 that are okay. That's this one, Lamini Promise.
Lamini Promise. Okay.
Oh, okay. Everybody else is not okay, colleagues. You need to drop a message if you are submitting by close of business today because you want to get your work out. Mavis can handle questions, but we're not taking questions yet. I'm first looking at the
Missions.
GOEs. Yeah, but then I'm going to just also excuse myself from the session. Let me just continue, yeah? Okay, so Masila Blessing is a problem. Morale, Christopher, somebody that I expected to be very on top of things, is not. It is up to assessment 4, but if other learners 5, 6, 7, 8 is not here, last submission was the 28th of August. Masila Blessing, the last time you loaded something in the portal was the 26th of July. So no further stipend for this learner until we see the work. Or there must be a letter and an explanation over what has happened. But if that's the last submission, I'm going to go through all of them and look at this. Mkizi Bonga Musa is not too bad. Let's look. Okay, Bonga Musa Mkizi, you're missing 7 and 8. Let's look when your last thing was loaded, 25th of October. So you're actually working. It's not yet marked. This is also this is also the third portfolio that I'm identifying for moderation. Linda, please note these are your 3 top performing learners. Mkizi Bonga Musa, okay, is another top performing, but not great, actually still behind. The reason why it's counting as top performing is it seems like this entire group is 3 months behind. So Bonga Musa, you get the 3rd place so far, but on grounds of other learner submissions, because we should actually be looking at who has 8 out of 8 assessments. Okay, those would be normally my top performers. So this needs to be addressed. Okay, you're missing 7 and 8. So you are the closest. You are the closest. You are the closest to having a portfolio that is acceptable. Okay. Moving on then to Chadiso. So I would take it as a half a compliment, this one. Can I just see if Bonga Musa is here? When are you loading summative 7? Okay, the expectation is that I will see up to a minimum of summative 7. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Chadiso. Logbooks also seem to be behind. Yeah, the project has been going more than 6 months, colleagues. We cannot, things have to change in this group dramatically. Okay, so I see a formative and summative 1. I see a formative and summative 2. I see a formative and summative 3. Where is formative and summative 4? Where is summative 5? Formative and summative 6, formative and summative 7. So Paneha Chidiso is also a hold stipend due to outstanding assessment. Okay, this is very, very grave again. Very, very grave. Redebe Nomsa. Okay, let's quickly look at when last did Paneha put something in. Again, this is my challenge. Can we look when was the last time something was loaded in the portal for this delegate? Was the 23rd of August. So in September, nothing was loaded. And in October, nothing was loaded. So therefore, the stipend must be held and this must be fixed. Paneha, is there any reason, if I can ask for this delegate, you can raise your hand. If you believe you've done the work and it's not showing yet, then you can let us know to say there's a mistake and you can reload it. We don't mind. You are supposed to unmute yourself and say, no, but I've submitted, I've got the work, and I can put it in now because I've already done it. If that is your case, please let us know. Okay, so logbooks are 6. That seems better. Even here, logbooks are low. Laziness on logbooks. That's not good. Let's look when was the last logbook. So last logbook was loaded here, 26th of October, of September. Let's look when was the last logbook loaded here. The logbooks are late and irregular. Logbooks are late and irregular. Okay, so Puneha Chidiso, your work is not up to standard. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that these are dropouts because it looks. Radebe Nomsa, are you still active on the program?
I'll check for you, Miss A. Please just give me a moment.
Yeah, just check if this learner is active.
It's still active, ma'am.
Okay, so
Hello.
what is the reason for non-submission?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good day. What is the
Good day.
reason?
Ma'am, my work is done. I just have to upload it. I'll upload today.
You where are your logbooks?
I always upload my logbook.
I'm telling you, your logbooks are not here. Look here. The logbooks are not here. The last logbook was loaded in September.
The last day of September.
Yes, your last logbook was loaded on the 6th of September. So your logbooks are not in here. Okay? Your logbooks are not in. Whether you've submitted or not, your logbooks are not here. They're not here. Okay? And your assessments, I seem to have summative and formative 3, summative and formative 2, and the last time you submitted a summative assessment was in August. Where have you been?
Ma'am, I'm on the program, but I haven't been. My work is done. I just need to upload the work.
And do you think that's okay? Do you think that's okay?
The portal was slow when we tried to submit. It was not giving feedback.
For 3 months?
Not for. No, ma'am, I did submit last month.
Last month was August?
September.
There's nothing here. Nomsa, there is nothing here for you since the 3rd of August. Your work is not in the portal. According to me, you have not been participating in the program.
I'll resubmit, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Colleagues, it's very, very serious. There's no extensions beyond here. And as I've clearly stated, I do not agree with the extension to beyond 30 November. I will continue. I will continue now. I want to check this lady. Is this a dropout? Ramalope Palesa. Is that a dropout? Just check for me both of them, Palesa and Johannes Tsotsitsi. These two dropouts?
No, ma'am. They are not dropouts.
Yeah.
They're not dropouts.
They are
But
not
they should.
dropouts.
But they should be. Okay. Okay. Palesa. Palesa. Ramalope Palesa. This is a joke. Can I have Ramalope Palesa kind of tell, if you are not a dropout, please tell me why your port POE is empty?
Sorry, Miss A. Can you please mute yourself? Can you mute yourself? Namsa, can you mute yourself so that we can hear Miss A audibly?
All right, thank you, Mavis. So, Radebe Nomsa, you have a serious problem here, okay? The fact of your logbooks are unacceptable. September was the last logbook, and that was probably the previous logbook. That's only the 4th logbook, okay? And then your summative is only going up to summative 3. So this is very behind. This POE is behind and does not meet the required standards. All right, I'm going to move on. We've only got a few learners left to go. Looking at Ramalope Palesa, and it looks like a dropout to me. If either your facilitator or admin can comment on this learner. I see 5 logbooks, but really, where are the assessments? If summative formative 2 was only submitted on the 19th of October, what is going on with this POE? Because this seems like somebody has been absent a lot or just been sleeping in class for 6 months. There's formative 1, summative 1, formative 2. So this POE, as you can see, does not meet the outcomes. Has Palesa been participating? Has she been getting a stipend? What is the situation here?
She has been getting stipend, Miss A. I do have her on my communication.
Okay. Is there any mitigation? Palesa, if you're saying I've done all my work and it's just missing right now, are you going to be able to load it by close of business?
Let me just check if she's in the meeting, ma'am.
Thank you. All right.
She's not here.
Okay, so this one is a big issue. Okay, all of them except for the ones that I've identified, the 3 that I've identified, all of these learners are behind. Okay, I'm going to excuse assessment 8. Okay, but assessment 8 needs to be in by the end of the week. I think Linda had said by the end of the week, we are going to close off the portal then, otherwise, and it breaks my heart because there's learners sitting on this project not doing their work, and they've taken opportunities from other learners. They've taken opportunities from learners who could have been competent. I'm really taken aback by the low level of submission. Really taken aback. Palesa is a big problem. Johannes, let's look at Johannes. Is this a dropout again?
I'm here, Miss A.
So you don't want a certificate. You don't want a stipend.
Actually, I do, ma'am.
So why is the last time you loaded something in the portal June?
The last time, June.
Yeah. Where's your assessments?
I actually have them with me, and I've done everything, but I've been having a problem with actually submitting them. I've been reporting it, and then I spoke to Ma'am Linda, and then I said if I can opt for sending them with an email instead, because on the portal I've been having a problem submitting
Okay.
my things. I would submit, but it would.
You need to have a meeting with Mr. Sponello. Yours is the kind of case that we want to identify, okay? And guys, you must be honest. This is why the site visit is here. So you are saying your work is done. You've got a problem with that. Mavis, HR, please note and get IT to assist in this case. What is the reason why Johannes is not able to submit? We do not count a learner as competent based on email submission. If it's not in the portal, you are in NYC. So you need to communicate with Mavis. Mavis will assist us to set up a meeting with Sponello this afternoon to check what is going on and where is your work. You'll need to reload everything. Go in today and reload. To say I emailed to my assessor, it's as good as you did not do the work. So you need to get anybody who is in the category of Johannes, which is the only acceptable category to me, is to say I've submitted, but my work is not showing. There's a technical issue on the portal that can be addressed. So Johannes, you need to engage with Sponello. Mavis will maybe set up a meeting. Maybe we can use the same link this afternoon. You need to engage with Sponello on a team session and make sure you load everything in. Your stipend is at stake. Your referral to the workplace is at stake.
Miss A.
Yes.
I'm sorry to disturb you. I don't know. I'm where I'm staying. We actually have a problem with electricity. I don't know if we can do it earlier because it can go anytime.
Okay, I'm not going to be in that meeting in any case. Set it up with Mavis.
Right.
Okay, set it up. Guys, leave it and say you don't have electricity. Leave it. This portal will close today. Your stipends are going to be stopped. So sort it out with Mavis. I'm not coming there to that meeting. You can sort that one out. Okay. Hey, you need to have a session. You need to have a session. I'm going to go just one more. So Johannes, if you need to have it before where the power's going off or whatever, load shedding is restarted, schedule it. You need to be proactive and get a meeting because you are about to have your stipend stopped. You're about to be withheld from the workplace. Okay. And then I've got Zwane. This is the fourth best performing learner, and it's still not great because it's not a full POE. Let's count it. So there's only 4 learners right now, Linda. These are the 4 learners. I expect to see all the POEs marked, please. These 4 learners, we're looking for 5 top performers. Johannes, I'm hoping you've done up to assessment 8 that you can also give us a 5th top performing learner. So we do not even have 5 full POEs. Formative and summative 1 is here. Formative and summative 2 is here. Formative and summative 3 is here. Formative and summative 4. Summative 5 is missing. Summative 6 is missing. Formative 7 is missing. Summative 7 is missing. So Zwana Golisi, you are the 4th best, but it's a very, very narrow pool because your POE is still not perfect. We would normally be counting the best performing POEs with the POEs that have all the assessments in. Okay, so it's a little bit heartbreaking for me today to look at the portal and see this. I think also our experience in systems development last week was very, very different. If you see your name along here, then it also means then if anybody sees their name here on the left as I'm highlighting over here, then we can immediately see what is the problem. Mandlana John, not this project. Okay, because yes, some assessments lying here, which could affect Ngwenya Bongani, not this project. Okay, so is there any learner here in the session who I have not gone through your POE? Please raise your hand. Is there any learner who's not seen their submissions? You can raise your hand right now because it's not going to be done again. Pule Kagisa Makamela. Pule, what is the surname?
I think that Pule is in Swane. Are you not in Swane, Pule? Are you not in Region 1? Region 1, I mean, not this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You can please check for me.
Pule, when did you start on the learnership?
On May. I was in Mr. X class.
Okay, so you're Zwane. If you were in Mr. X's class, you were Zwane. You started May this year.
Sorry, Ms. A. Sorry to interrupt. Pule is not in either one of the groups. Pule is a replacement for the first advertising group. So he's in advertising group 1, not in advertising group 2 or Zwane.
But why did he
He's
only
catching
start?
up.
Okay, so who's
Because he started
marking
very
him?
late.
Yeah,
Who
just
is marking him?
Miss Mem Linda, I think.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. I spoke to Mem's Spiwe knows about the issue. I was going to take it further to Mem Mavis because I think there are about 4 of them are not who I never assessed their work. Who Mem Spiwe, may you please explain nicely how I explained?
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Linda. Miss A, so last year with a group advertising group 1, the one that started in November, there were 4 learners that were terminated. So Pule, Nokolo, Oliswa, and Felicia, I forgot her first name. They were all replacements. So Pule decided to carry on with the classes to catch up with Miss Linda instead of doing just the recordings that Mr. X did. So that's why he left. He's left in the class, and then the other 3 they were doing they were catching up using Mr. X's recordings.
Okay, that's noted, but I think it's important for you to communicate that very clearly because who's going to be marking his work? You know, just leaving it and nobody knows about it. And also, I'm very concerned, but I'm not going to take a lot of time on this site visit to discuss it. But how can a learner be replaced 6 months into a project? How can a learner be replaced 6 months into a learnership like this? It's very, it's strange. But I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to look Pule for your work. Give me the surname again.
Pule Mahalimela.
You are supposed to be at workplace. You are not supposed to be sitting in class for so long. Okay, let's look at Pule's work. Pule, I have your portfolio here. It's under advertising group 1. I'm also going to be wanting to check that all feedback has been loaded. Okay, from the bottom, formative and summative 1, and you submitted your first one on the 3rd of March. So you did not start in May. You started in March. Okay, let's get that clear because you've been in class for very, very long now. Formative, summative 2, summative 3, formative, summative 4, formative, summative 5, formative, summative 6, formative 7, summative 7, formative 8, summative 8. Well done. Nice. Nice. This is the second full portfolio. Pule, can I acknowledge you? Colleagues, you have to look and say if some can do it, everyone can do it. Okay, this is what we expect. We expect 8 submissions. Pule, this is very good. Thank you for raising your hand. Linda, please note we need this portfolio marked. Makamela Pule, we need it marked. If you've got discussions about marking and feedback, we'll take that offline. If there's any other learners that have been unmarked or not yet assessed, we'll identify them, but I don't want to go beyond that. So Pule, your POE is fine, okay, and you can also be released to the workplace. But my worry is your group project is ending. I don't know how you're supposed to be getting a stipend beyond here because your project is also ended. Okay, you don't get 12. If you come into a project in month, okay, your stipend has also been allocated. Mavis is going to check this one carefully because Pule, with the group that you're on, tomorrow should be your last day on the project and we should be taking back your laptop, okay, because you came late. But what you've done in terms of getting yourself competent, I can only compliment you. Can only compliment you. I'm seeing other people look, and college, you must look at the other learners from the other project, what their numbers are, what we consider a good learner. 40 submissions, 44. If you've got 52, 33, these guys, this is the previous group, those who are having classes with Mr. X, 45, 49. That's the kind of numbers you should be seeing in your portal. So for me here, I shudder. I absolutely shudder when I see that our top performing learner has got 18 or 22. It's very, very low. All of the submissions are very low. Pule, your work is okay. Your POE is okay. So I'm going to leave that one. You can be rest assured. I'm asking Mavis to take a note. So people take a note. This POE must be assessed. This is one of the POEs that can go for moderation as well. If the content is also good, it means you've actually just, by the way, you've jumped right to the front of the queue and you just became number one. Okay, you're between number one and number two. So well done, Pule. That is very good. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. This is how we want it, people. I don't want to see only 1, 2, 3, and I'm trying. Okay, this is actually for me very, very, I want to find his name again. Pule, unmute yourself and tell me your surname that I can find you again. Makhala Memela. Colleagues, this is what your POE should look like. Got you? Yes. Colleagues, this is what it should look like. Formative summative 1, formative summative 2, logbooks 9. Okay, formative summative 5, 6, 7, 8. Extra work should be here. There should be some extra work. Normally 1 or 2 projects you haven't done extra work. It doesn't seem like. Colleagues, if you do not have this, you are behind. In my book, you are behind. I hear that your lecturer has given you a little bit of leeway and is allowing you to submit summative 8 on the weekend or on Friday. But from an extensive point of view, you are supposed to have been finished. So this is what your POE must look like. It should have assessment 1 to 9. I'm going to make a screenshot of this. Okay. I'm going to make a new screenshot of this. Okay, this is what you should have. So this, so your situation is more complex because you're on a contract that's ended. But for everybody to understand, this is what we actually want to see. And anything less than this for me is unacceptable. So I hope that you can take to heart, everybody who is in this session, you can take to heart that your work needs to be in the portal. Everything needs to be in the portal. If you did not see this and you have already done this work, you need to load it up and also drop a message on the WhatsApp group, I think, to say, can somebody please check my work so that we can take a decision about stipends this afternoon. We will not accept anything less than 7 formatives and 7 summatives. We are going to then be checking the portal daily in days to come, because quality is very, very important. Thank you, Pule. Thank you to the delegates, the 5 delegates that I found who have done their work. Thank you to you. May all of the other learners be inspired to make sure that you submit absolutely everything. Absolutely everything must be in. And then, Ma'am Linda, we will be giving you the list of the top learners. Those full POEs need to be marked as soon as possible. Also, to then note, classes will not be continuing because we have the workplace deployment commencing. Thank you, Mavis. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I have been through the POE. I've given all feedback to everyone that I needed to give feedback to. If you are a candidate who has work in the portal, kindly make sure that you drop a message on WhatsApp once it's in so that we can go and make sure that it's in. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand over to the chairperson. Thank you, Mavis.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Before you hand it over, I just wanted to note a concern that may they kindly answer all the questions that are needed in their formative and summative, because I'm realizing that learners are missing questions and not answering them. And as a result of this load into the portal, I think most of them will just submit an assignment that is not ready for assessment. Because I've been noticing, I've been sending others pictures, they can miss the whole section of 50 marks, 10 marks, but I told them before, I usually remind them not to answer all questions carefully. So I'm just afraid that this deadline of the portal for today, they might do it again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Linda. I think what we are seeing here is that it's important to load your work in the portal. Emailing your submissions, it's not sufficient, and I think this was communicated right at the beginning of the project that Extensive is an e-learning based institution. So any work that we do must be in the portal, because even our site visits with the SETAs are done through the they're done through the portal. So I'm just going to encourage everyone to just make sure that you make those submissions. I've updated the accumulation. A lot of stipends are going to be held today. Unfortunately, if we do not have that work in the portal, the stipends will not be released until we are satisfied with the amount of work that has been submitted. Okay, to continue with our program, I'm just going to hand over to Spiwe, just to take us through the logbook. This is going to be the last, the second last tranche of the program. So Ms. Mtombeni, can you please just take us through the workplace logbook versus the classroom logbook? What's the difference and how are they supposed to fill it out? I'll hand over to Spiwe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mavis. I'm just trying to share my screen. Please tell me when you can see my screen. I've just shared it now.
Yes, we can see your screen, ma'am.
Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, again. So this is how the workplace logbook is going to look like. So it's similar to the classroom logbook. So I just added a few things, and also I've added notes next to what I want to see. So again, the reason why we are stressing so much on the logbooks, it's because the SETA wants them to be done this way. It's not because we want to give you extra work and yeah. So and also your logbooks, the unit standards, they are very important, because we need to see the unit standards that we covered. So you need to add your unit standards on the logbook. I'm sure some of you know that I've made you redo your logbooks a lot because of that. So so I'm just going to show you the things that I've added on the workplace logbook. So as you can see at the top, it's written workplace monthly logbook, and also the name of your employer and your qualification. And then the training provider, it's written there for you already, Extensive ICT Academy. Then also your name and surname, your workplace, your company name, it needs to be there. Please make sure that you edit at the column there where it says workplace logbook. Sorry, workplace company name, we need to see it there. And also your signature, please make sure that you put your signature, not your ID number, not your initials, your signature. All of you, I believe, have digital signatures. We need to see that. The dates. The dates, the dates are very important, guys, because we need to know you are doing the logbook for which week even. So you need to add those things. So now I've added week 1, because some of you, like your logbooks are very confusing. And the reason why I'm giving you this template like this, it's because every month usually has 4 weeks. So now I've added the 4 weeks for you, but some months, sometimes they continue into the next, like maybe there's just an extra 1 day in that month. All you do, you just highlight the things that you want to add in your next logbook. So you just highlight and then you click, you copy, and then you go to the very last page of your logbook. Okay, not here. But some of you have done it right, some of you have not. So you just highlight this and then you take it to the last place where you want to add, like on your very last week. So you'll go to week 4 and then you add. Okay, should be here. I'm just making an example because some of you are not doing it right. Just edit one column now. So that's all you do. You just add one column. And then maybe it's because the month, so then it will be week 5 because some months they end in the 5th week. And then if it's on a Monday, then you just put what's there. Okay, let me just go back to what I wanted to show you. So I've added the notes there. Workplace practical task, because at your workplaces you'll mostly be doing what you did in class. So you'll be doing your theory work, it's just that now you're doing it practically at your workplace, which is why we are sending you to your workplaces to practice what you've done in class. So the workplace that you choose, you have to make sure that you are going to be able to cover the unit standards that you were doing in class. So again, Monday, you for instance, if maybe you were doing your company profile, I'm just making an example, then you created a company profile. And then for unit standard, you go back to your SAQA website where you find your unit standards. Or you can go to I'm going to talk again about the agreement, assessment agreement. So you take your unit standards. Like, can I please not see blank logbooks? Like a blank logbook, it's not acceptable. Even if you were absent on Monday, you need to state that you were absent. Don't just put a dash or just don't leave it blank. You have to let us know that you were absent on Monday. So when you leave it blank, there's no explanation. I can't speak for you when the SETA asks, why is this learner
Ms. Pure, I believe you are muted. All right, colleagues, let me just try to get hold of Ms. Pure just to find out what is happening on her end. Please just give me 2 minutes. I will be back shortly.
Hi, I'm back. I was disconnected for a while. Can you hear me? Can someone please confirm if they can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Am I still sharing my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So, and then again, you put your unit standard according to what you are doing at work that day. Remember, you are going to your workplace because you are now going to practice the unit standards that you're doing in class. So you are basically going to use the same standards that you have been doing in class. So you just edit here. Maybe on Monday you were doing whatever, and then you put the unit standard that goes in line with what you're doing at work. And then the unit standard title. Remember, you find this on the SAQA website. So next to the unit standard is the the unit standard title, they go hand in hand. So if there's a unit standard, there's a unit standard title. You have to edit there, and then the time that you get to work, and then the time that you leave work. And then the outcomes. I've seen some of you on the classroom logbooks on outcomes you put successful or good or whatever. So this, I've created the column also for that, because maybe it helps you to see if you've completed that particular unit standard or not. So now, like maybe sometimes they've given you work that you are not able to successfully complete, maybe for that week or that day, or maybe you're going to complete it the next day. You can just put the incomplete or in progress or successful. Yeah, then you know that you have successfully that particular unit standard at your workplace. So these things are very important, guys. Please make sure that they are there. And also, you know, when you are on leave, you add there that you're on leave, and if there's a public holiday, or maybe at your workplace you are closed for December holidays, and then you just state there that you are not at work. Don't leave your logbooks blank. If you're absent, you state that you're absent. If you're sick, you state that you're sick. And also remember to submit your sick notes. Same, it's the same. Like, you are at work now, so if you for whatever reason you are unable to go to work, they need to know why you are not at work. So if you were sick, you give them your sick note, because now you will not be attending classes anymore. You'll be at your workplace. And then again, week 2, yes, your dates. When you do your dates, please make sure that you I don't know if you can see my calendar since I'm sharing my screen. But for instance, let's say this is week 2 now in October. The month starts, okay, no, the week starts on the 9th. So that's the 2nd week of October. I'm just making an example. So on your date there, you're going to put 9 October to 13th of October. That's week 2. Some of you choose to do it differently. That's fine. But if you can, please just make sure that your dates make sense, because some of you just put October and then you just leave it like that. That's why I added week 2. But anyway, that's fine. As long as your date is there, and when you save your logbook, you carry on with the dates. So now we are going to October. I want to see that is October even before I open it. Okay, let me see if I've, yeah. Your workplace manager or your workplace mentor, the person that you'll be working with, they also need to sign your logbooks. That's very important. Make sure that they sign your logbooks, and if they have any comments on your work ethic, if you are there on time or whatever, if they want to add compliments or whatever, they have a comment section there. They can leave comments on about you, so we can read them. Remember, you need to have your workplace mentor or manager to sign your logbook before you submit it into the portal. So they also have a space there. There's 2 columns that I left for them. So they're going to put their signature there. I mean their name and then their signature at the bottom, and then the date. And then once they've done that, you can only then submit your logbook into the portal. I think that's clear, unless if anyone has any questions, maybe there's something that I didn't cover. On the workplace logbook, does anyone have any questions on what I've just spoken about? So there are no questions. So everything is clear. So we'll do the logbooks correctly, hopefully this time. Okay. Yeah, I think
Okay, I
that's
noticed that Miss Linda's hand is up here.
sorry.
I see that Miss Linda's hand is raised. Miss Linda, would you like to say something?
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. I think we'll just proceed. I will just now move on to the Q&A section. I will be taking down some questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question so that we can note it down and the relevant party can respond. Do you have any questions, learners? Okay. Let's start with Buhle. Buhle, you may proceed.
Hi, ma'am. Mavis, can you hear me?
Yes, Bushe,
Good,
can you
how are you?
please speak up a bit?
Okay, so I wanted to ask with regards the stipend, since I have submitted the letter from the doctor, am I also be affected?
Okay, I will communicate you offline, Buhle.
Sorry?
I will communicate you offline.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, just to answer your question, Bushe, for everyone, if you are absent, you went to the doctor and then you submit your doctor's note to me, and then also remember to edit on your logbook. We do not mark you absent for that because you have a doctor's note. So yeah, I'm just answering in general, not for Bushe specifically.
Hi, colleagues. Can I just assist in answering that question? I'm going to just, Mavis, may I assist in answering that question, please?
Yes, ma'am. You may proceed.
Colleagues, the stipend is not just for attendance. The stipend is not only for attendance. We are at the end of the theory phase of the program. If you are lower than 6 formative and 6 summative in the portal. In fact, if you are less than 7, your stipend is going to be held. Even if you've got a reason for being absent. How long was the person absent for? You know, this is my question. If a person has been absent for 1 week or 2 weeks, okay, but assessments are 3 months behind. This program is designed that you should be doing at least 1 submission a month, sometimes 2. So when you come down 6 months later and only half the work is in, your stipend will be deducted. And I don't think there's anything we can do further. I don't know what more as extensive we can be expected to do, that we must keep paying, but we left with a vague promise and people have only submitted up to number 3. It cuts across all departments. If your assessments are behind, as we have seen today, if your assessments are behind and they're dramatically behind, your stipend will be deducted. It doesn't help you sign the Google register. It doesn't help you switch your camera on, but you don't do the work. So, and we are going to have to take drastic steps there. Thank you.
I think with regards to that, Miss A, looking at the accumulation out of the 15 of advertising group 2, out of the 15 learners, 10 stipends are going to actually be withheld, which is quite a horrific number, honestly. Let me just see. Linda Kuhle, I see your hand is up, ma'am. You can proceed.
Good day, Ma'am Mavis. I'm experiencing a problem. My word is not working anymore, so I don't know what to do.
Okay.
All right. Linda Kuhle, is this your first time experiencing this problem with your word?
I've experienced it before,
Then I solved it. I don't know how, but it happened that now it was working. But currently it's not working, it's not editing.
Okay, but how many assessments have you submitted? Because if you're raising it now on the second last day when you're supposed to be going to workplaces, I don't think it's sufficient time for you to be reporting this now. When we've checked the portal, then now you want to report that your Word app was not working.
Okay, ma'am. I've submitted 6, but ma'am said she's only seeing 3. Then I'll have to resubmit the other ones. So I'm only left with 7 and 8, and I'm about to finish. So that's why I'm raising it now.
Okay, please make sure that you also get in touch with Sibonelo if you're having any challenges with regards to the apps that have been installed in your laptop. Because if you're going to raise it now when we are looking at the submissions, and this is actually the last week for you guys to do your submissions, and you still have outstanding work, it's a challenge for us. It's a serious challenge for us. But please communicate with Sibonelo, and also check if your portal is functioning properly, and make sure that you do those uploads that you're supposed to do today. Okay.
Thank you. I want to echo what Mavis is
Okay.
saying. If your work has been done, okay. The last submission we're seeing here, Linda Kuchle, is the 4th of August. If your computer started packing up on the 4th of August, you should have a record of evidence where you've reported it, how it's been resolved. You are missing 4 formatives and 4 summatives. And that's just to take you to submission 7. We are waiting for 8 to come in as well. So I just also want to just check Christopher Morale, yeah, colleagues. Also behind, only up to number 4. So that can't go through. Christopher can't go through. Masila Blessing can't go. Bongo Musa. Yeah, Kizi Bongo Musa, can you submit some summative and formative 7 today? It's a big problem. It's a big problem that we have here. The last time you loaded something was the 28th. That's 26th of July. Colleagues, people, if there's a need for a meeting with IT, if you are alleging this is a technical issue and you're raising this with IT, that you need help, that the portal is preventing you from loading, if there's some technical reason that is holding you back right now, you need to seriously raise